just a simple, simplistic vaccine solution, because if we have a vaccine, a year from now there'll be another mutation. The vaccine doesn't do anything.
See,
It
that's
doesn't look at the problem.
very… Because of so much communication, television, internet, everything, virus has become larger than life. Otherwise, many times this could have happened in the… See, this virus right now, because of so much communication, television, internet, everything, virus has become larger than life. Otherwise, many times this could have happened in the past and nobody even noticed. It happened, some people got fever, some people died, some people went on, and life went on this planet. It could have happened 1,000 times. But now because of communication, we are seeing an enlarged version of the virus which is coming like a wrecking ball towards us with thorns in it. So, it is looking like hugely magnified. I am not trying to belittle the danger attached to it. Already, unfortunately, more than 400,000 people are estimated to have died, and many others are in hospitals, at risk. I am not trying to say it is nothing, but it is mainly because one thing is concentration of human populations, another thing is our ability to move from any place to any place. Within a day, I can be in United States or another place. So, whatever happened in Wuhan, within probably weeks, it's all over the place. So, this would have never happened 500 years ago. If it happened in Wuhan, there only it would… 10 people will die and rest will recover and whatever will happen, that's all it would be. So in many ways, it's our lifestyle, and even now, as far as you should know better, but from whatever I've got from various doctors and scientists, they are saying every day on an average, 128 scientific papers are being published about the virus. About a microorganism, 128 papers per day for last 2 months it's happening. That means we are breaking the microorganism's characteristics into that many parts and studying it in so many little parts. That means actually we know nothing about it. The only way we have done some successful control of this is by controlling human behavior. We've done nothing about the virus. Fanciful talk about vaccine is happening, but if we come up with a good treatment protocol, that itself is a miracle. If we have a good treatment protocol, if I get the virus, I will not die, I can recover with a few days of treatment. If that much assurance comes, people will go about doing their business. Right now, we are talking about how to completely eliminate the virus, do this, do that. I don't think so, we should eliminate the virus, because what benefits it has within itself, we're yet to realize. We're only seeing that it's uprooting some lives. Yes, it is tragic for those who have lost their loved ones and those who have lost their lives. It's not a joke. But we don't know what it is hiding within its process, because as you know, and almost every other medical personnel, and today because of internet almost everybody knows, a large part of us is virus, bacteria, microorganisms, a large part of us. There is more of them than us. Compared to the cells which have multiplied from our parentage, and the number of viruses and bacteria and microorganisms we have is much more. So, they are living with us, they are us in many ways. You cannot say there is something that is me and there is something that is microorganism, it's all mixed up. So without them we cannot exist, but without us they can exist.
Well, our current science, as you said, first of all, you said something very important. The virus is a very small bit of genetic information. That's what it is. It's a very small bit of genetic information which has now devastated everything from economy to health to politics to international relationships, etc. This little bit of genetic information has devastated the world. And you also said some of this alarm may be exaggerated because of the way you know, we communicate, and it's so easy now to get the information.
Some of the television channels in India, the virus is coming like this, like a wrecker ball at you.
That's right. That's right. But here's the advantage of this. Just because we can communicate, and we're doing so right now, we actually, through technology, are rewiring the global brain, the planetary brain, through technology. And this communication is very important, and these actions are very important, because without this conversation, we would only be in a panic mode. But with this conversation, we are seeing possible solutions, and you're offering a very practical solution. Here's the important thing to remember when we go for practical solutions is, even as we take the practical solutions, we have to see the direct connection between the genetic information in our body, and again, you used another word, maximum diversity of genetic information. The genetic information in our body, 99% is actually bacterial and microorganisms. 99%, maybe 95%.
You're making me feel like a virus, huh?
Well, we are, you, Sadhguru, you and I are the awakening of bacterial and virus consciousness. One day, the viruses and bacteria said, let's use this organism, Homo sapiens, as our host, and then we can survive. So we are actually the host for the genetic diversity of the planet. We are the host. If we ruin it, we ruin ourselves, because we depend on this genetic entanglement of genetic information. All life on this planet, not just human life, plant life, animal life, all life. You said in the mother's womb, we were shaped by these microorganisms, but actually as we journeyed out into the world, we absorbed everything. In fact, these days when people do smart obstetricians, when they do cesarean section, they actually take all the secretions of the mother and they put them on the baby's body. They put them in the mouth, in the nose, so that the baby can inhale these microorganisms, can smell it, can swallow it, and be covered by it, because our lungs and our intestine, our entire body depends on them.
So is that being done as a standard practice?
Say that?
Is that being done as a standard medical practice?
Among the smart obstetricians, yes.
Oh.
Right now, they are recognizing that in urban cities, 30% of the microbiome has disappeared. Mm-hmm. So if somebody lives in New York City or Chicago or Delhi, for that matter, 30% of their microbial genetic information has disappeared. And it is disappearing, and this is directly linked to chronic diseases like diabetes, heart disease, hypertension, strokes, indirectly to cancer, autoimmune illness, and propensity to premature aging, and all kinds of human problems. 90% of chronic illness is dysbiosis, which means dysfunctional biodiversity of genetic information in our body. And the people who are getting sick, by the way, the people who are even now, young people who are getting sick, they have what are called acute inflammatory storms in the body. So inflammation goes out of control in the body because they are panicking. They're panicking, they're stressed, they're agitated, they're worried about money, they're worried about their jobs. The death and morbidity, and we have published on this, I'm happy to send you papers, the mortality and morbidity of this virus is directly linked to stress, panic, sympathetic overdrive, and agitated minds. And that's why we need more than just a simplistic vaccine solution, because if we have a vaccine, a year from now there'll be another mutation. The vaccine doesn't do anything. It doesn't look at the problem.
Very clearly demonstrated in India that of all the cases we have, over 60% of the cases and over 80% of the deaths are only in 5 cities.
There you are.
In the villages where we are here, not a single case in all these villages around us. but only in Chennai, Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Delhi and one more city, what? Lucknow.
Bangalore?
Bangalore not much. Bangalore they've controlled well because of door-to-door management.
I think it's obvious now with this that, ecology is the main issue of our times. The air is our breath. The oceans and waters and the rivers are our circulation. The earth is recycling as our body. Even the atoms in our body were forged in the crucible of stars. So, you have a personal body, you have an extended body, they're both yours. The planet is your body. It's recycling as the ecology and the genetic information and the micro diversity of these organisms, and we're not looking at that. We're looking only at backseat.